that they all have different learning needs and respecting the differences in learners. Learners come into the classroom with different backgrounds, sets of experiences, cultural contexts, and worldviews. Diversity plays a role in the way the learners and teachers view the importance of the learning process. By identifying and thinking through the notions of differences and how they can affect the classroom, allows them to see the class as an inclusive place. In other words, it fosters a spirit of acceptance. Cultural diversity in the classroom improves positive socialization behaviors amongst the learners. It manifests an acceptance and respect for all cultures in our pluralistic society. It fosters positive self-regard for one's own culture and also a positive attitude towards the cultures of others by allowing the learners to learn from each other in their respective cultural contexts.
What is multicultural education? It is a field of study that emerged under a discipline whose main aim is to create equal education, opportunities for diverse racial, ethical, social class, and cultural groups. The primary goal of multicultural education is to transform the school so that male and female students, exceptional students, and students from diverse cultures, social class, racial, and ethical groups experience the same equal opportunity to learn. The 5 critical characteristics of multicultural education: content integration, knowledge construction, prejudice reduction, equity pedagogy, empowering school culture and social cultures. The implementation in the classroom. Integrating a diverse reading list that demonstrates the universal human experience across cultures. Encourage community participation and social activism. Go beyond the textbook. By supplying your curriculum with current events and news stories outside the textbook, you can draw parallels between the distance experiences and the new world experiences today. Creating multicultural projects that require students to choose a background outside of their own. Suggest that your school hosts an inter-service professional development and multicultural education, and one in the classroom.
Classroom is to create a safe, accepting, and successful environment for all, increase awareness of global issues, strengthen cultural consciousness, and strengthen intercultural awareness. Teach students that there are multi-historical perspectives, prevent racial and ethnic prejudice and discrimination, correct misconceptions of the cultures, histories, and ethnic groups. The role of a multicultural educator is to assist learners with recognizing differences as well as similarities amongst people, to encourage cooperative social skills, encourage critical thinking amongst learners. Educators must add a multicultural perspective into the curriculum planning and classroom management skills. Encourage learners to ask questions to help them understand different backgrounds from their own. Multicultural educators need to have a positive and accepting attitude as well as respect for other cultures and should model this to their learners in the class. Guidelines on how to create a multicultural environment in the classroom. Choose to display posters and artwork on the walls that feature a variety of different multicultural people. Discuss differences and similarities in a classroom with your students openly, but stress the similarities. For primary schools, provide students with multicultural paint, paper, and crayons as often as possible to students and allow students to choose the color of paint, paper, and crayons that they want to use. Find an international pen pal for your class or communicate with the class in a different country via Skype. Make sure to discuss all public holidays within the class and making sure to include all the students in your cultural class when you discuss these holidays.
Gender fairness in education refers to the equal treatment and inclusivity of both genders in the classroom. Educators can follow the following strategies in order to assist with this. Firstly, educators will need to create ground rules for interaction. This will assist the educator with the following in the classroom: creating mutual respect and positive psychosocial behavior, encouraging participation in classroom activities, and managing competitiveness by referring to learners by name instead of boy, girl, and also designing lessons using a variety of instructional strategies as well as experiences to encourage an inclusive environment and the integration of knowledge and skills for both genders. Linguistic diversity refers to different languages and cultures in the classroom, and educators can use the following strategies to accommodate such learners. Firstly, the educator can use the learner's cultural and background experiences to create a multiliterate print environment in the classroom. And when designing lessons, educators need to be clear on their objectives and activities using step-by-step instruction, emphasizing key words, and supporting these words with visuals and gestures. Lastly, educators need to avoid colloquial terms that learners might